Colton, welcome to the Glasgow Clan. It's a pleasure to meet you. Now, I was looking, you've travelled around a bit on your CV. You've been to all sorts of weird and wonderful places. How come Glasgow was the next destination for you?
I've heard nothing but good things about the place, and I've always wanted to try to play in the UK for a year or two and stuff, and it just happened to work out the right way this year with everything and having a little bit of a later start. It works out a little better for me personally as well. So I mean, like I said, it just worked out perfect, and I'm excited and looking forward to it.
So, for the Clan fans who maybe aren't familiar with you, tell us about your skill set and what you'll bring to the Glasgow Clan team next season.
I consider myself an offensive player. More of a goal scorer or playmaker, depending on what the situation is. But I think I bring a lot of offense, and I also play pretty good defensively as well. So I like to take pride in a two-way game playing that and stuff. And I'm just hopefully I get to get some good power play plays and stuff going like that.
So, you're 34 years old, I think, in ice hockey terms. That's kind of later on in your career. So, what still drives you after the career you've had to date so far? And I dare say it's been an interesting one at that.
Just the love of the game. It's get to play a game that you grew up loving, and you still get. I'm still, like you said, 34, 35, still able to play that game. It's a great game. I really enjoy it and love it, and I'm hoping I can play as long as possible. And hopefully there's a few more years left in me. But like I said, each year now we got to go year by year. Now we getting older in the body and how the body holds up and all things like that.
So last season you were in the Erste Liga in Romania with Cereda. So what was the experience like there compared to the other places you've been in your career?
Oh, it was definitely a different experience. It was a smaller town, but the fans there, they have really good fans, and they love their hockey in Romania, which I didn't really know a whole lot about that till you get there. We were in a nice town in the mountains though, so it was good, especially with the COVID. Where we were was the COVID really didn't affect it too much there. I think every place was like 80% open still and stuff like that. So I mean, it was a good spot to be.
Now, I know it's a small world in ice hockey, so I'm interested to know who you reached out to find out more about the Clan and the Elite League, because I know you guys know everybody. So who helped you out in this one?
Yeah, Curtis Hamilton played there a couple of years ago. I can't remember exactly where, and then
Belfast.
Yeah, Belfast. Yeah, and I asked him about the place and stuff, and he said nothing but great things. And then, I know a couple guys have also played there. Reached out, and then the new coach Malcolm reached out to me and my agent, and we sat there and had a good talk for about an hour, and and it seemed like we both kind of are interested in the same thing with obviously winning the championship and all that and stuff. And so, like I said, and it's nice to go playing in an English speaking country, I guess, for once in my career. I haven't been able to do that for 12 or 11 or 12 years now. So I'm really looking forward to that.
And of course, I'm curious to find out more about your background. Of course, where you grew up, you're part of the Picaree Nation tribe in Alberta in Canada. So tell us a bit more about your upbringing and how that sort of molded you into an ice hockey player.
Yeah, I'm part of the Picaree Nation, which is part of the Blackfoot Confederacy. Native Canadian. I'm actually only half. My mom is from Norway, and my dad is Native, obviously. But yeah, I grew up in the reserve, and it's like a more of a poorer area to grow up and live in. And so I had one way out, and that was like through my athletics, through hockey. And so I took advantage of that, and I worked hard every day to do that. And my parents are a very good support system. They pushed me, but they also knew when not to push me, to make sure I still enjoyed it, and it was me that wanted to do it, not for them. So yeah, it was great. And like living in a rural area on a ranch, sometimes it's tough, you don't get to go to town very often and stuff, and it's more of a secluded area for me. But I enjoy being more of a secluded, being in the country rather than a city. So
who were your hockey heroes growing up? Who were the guys you looked up to as you started to forge your way into the game?
Obviously, my favorite player all time was Pavel Bure, the Russian Rocket. He was definitely one of my favorite players all time. I loved watching him. And then obviously like Wayne Gretzky, Lemieux, and those guys were great, like Joe Sakic, Burnaby Joe, and just got to watch them play the NHL and stuff, and then they go to the NHL, and it's nice to be able to see that. And yeah, Pavel Bure by far is my favorite player though.
So of your career, I'm going to put you on the spot a little bit here. Can you tell us the most interesting experience you've had in your varied career? Because you've played, as I said, North America, you started out, you've went to Japan, the Czech Republic, Romania is where you've been more recently. Is there anything that sticks out you would call an interesting experience?
Japan was a huge culture shock to me. Like, as a guy that doesn't eat a lot of fish or sushi, it was definitely different. But just the the way they get treated there, like it's like they get treated like an NHL player there. You know, first class, everything. You fly everywhere, and it was an amazing experience. You know, I'm really glad I got to do that at least once in my career. And flying to Russia was when they have a Russian team there and flying there to play was different. You know, the airport, like stand outside like -30 weather, and it was just different. You know, but I mean, it's an experience, I guess.
So, what is it you're looking to achieve when you come to Glasgow, other than obviously winning trophies? Because that's the stock answer from players. What is it you want to achieve? What expectations do you have of coming to Glasgow?
I just want to come and and have a good time. Like I said, obviously the main goal is a championship, but there's also other little goals that reach along the way there. But yeah, just enjoy it. Get to like Scotland, get to like do some little traveling and stuff like that. But for the most part, just like I said, want to come win the championship for sure. But at the same time, make some good connections and some lifelong friends is obviously another good thing to do when you get to play hockey in new places.
Now, I know I had a chat with the coach, Malcolm Cameron, about you, and I know he's very excited to work with you going forward. Going by the conversations, presumably, you've had of him, are you excited to work alongside him as well?
Yes, I am. Yeah, like I said, we had a good talk like just before I signed, and like I said, it was a very good talk, and I'm really looking forward to working with him and the guys on the team, and everyone else, the fans and stuff, to obviously get to that championship.
Couple of questions to go, and it's the last two I always finish with. One thing I want to know is a fun fact about you, something that not a lot of people will know about you, something interesting that would make you stand out. What have you got for us?
I rodeo in the off season. I do a lot of rodeoing, calf roping, team roping, and stuff like that. And I don't think a lot of people will know that about me.
And it's not something a lot of people here would do either. Excellent, good stuff. And finally, Colton, just to finish off, do you have a message to the fans, the Purple Army, who'll be watching this? They'll be excited to know that you're coming. What do you say to them?
I just want to say, looking forward to meeting all you guys, and looking forward to the support you give us. And like I said, hopefully we can make it a winning season for you, and we all have some fun.
Colton Yellow Horn, pleasure to meet you. Look forward to meeting you in person later in the year. And thank you for your time.